Thank you, Bob and the band, for bringing us in on this glorious spring morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Anne Sadovsky Sitzman, and it is my honor to welcome all of you today and all of you from home. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be a very special day today. Not that every Sunday at Unity of Dallas isn't special, right? Right. Okay, so I will keep this brief by asking you to share with me the opening statement together. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent.
Okay, everybody, after that jig, get on your feet. We're going to do a hoedown.
Standing outside the door of love and mercy, wondering if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Well, the Father waits for you with open arms, and He's been calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. There's room enough in the heart of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in.
Well, if you don't feel welcome yet, you should. That was beautiful singing. I'm Lesa, and I'm your prayer chaplain this morning. And I just want to let you know that the prayer chaplains are available after the service for prayer one-on-one if you have a need that feels pressing on your heart. And then we take those prayer requests and send them to Silent Unity, where they have a 24-hour prayer vigil going on for over 100 years now. It's kind of amazing. I'd like to invite you to join me in our daily word, and we'll say it together. Comfort. I find comfort in expressions of love. And just take a look around the room at all this love. And I'm super excited that when we're done with this prayer, we're going to have an expression of love from our very own Bob Goodwin as our special music. I invite you to take that energy of love, and let's join into a prayer for healing of all those who do have special requests. If you have a special request, just envision it coming into the prayer chest now, and if you'd like, you can leave it in a written form later, and we'll pray over that. So I invite you to, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and open your heart. Relax into the seat that you're sitting on. Take a deep breath deep into your belly. And as you exhale that deep breath, just feel the relaxation taking over your body and your mind and your heart. Breathing deeper and deeper and beginning to see that breath into your heart. Feel that love in that heart space. That love expanding through your body, through every cell in your being, expanding to the person next to you, expanding in this room and throughout this building and further out into our city and our world. As we see all of those who are perceiving a lack in their lives, letting go. We see each and every one letting go of any feeling of lack, any lack of love, abundance, prosperity. We see that lack being just released and being filled with the abundant presence, the one power that is never absent, always present in every cell of our being. The one power that is abundance, that is love, that is peace, that is joy. We see that filling each and every heart, each and every mind, each and every spirit. And we know beyond a doubt that all is well in our souls, all is well in our world. And we breathe into that feeling of all is well with a deep well of gratitude. And in that gratitude, we say together, amen.
Wow. I feel like I just went to the symphony, right? That's beautiful, Bob. Just beautiful. I'm Deb Stovall. I'm one of the licensed Unity teachers here at Unity of Dallas. I'm also an interfaith minister. And I am so happy to be here with you all today. Reverend James asked me to piggyback on his teamwork topic for the last month. And I began to think about teamwork. And I'm very, very Fillmore and I'm very go behind whatever you tell me, go behind it and see what's there. So what came to me was spiritual laws. What spiritual laws are behind the teamwork? And that's kind of what I'm going to fashion my talk about today. First thing I want to talk about are my kitchen angels. I want to feature my team. One of my team. So come on up, kitchen angels. And can you believe we're missing 6? So there are 14 kitchen angels. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 14. So some of them don't like to get on the stage. So I said, that's okay. I won't force you up here. Some of them are up here that don't like to get on the stage. I said, it's a growing experience. You'll feel bigger and better once you get off. And she said, no, I won't. I'll feel better, not bigger. So I'm so excited that all these ladies came forth. So we came back from COVID, and the 2 ladies that had been doing the kitchen, running the kitchen for 15 years, you all, June Doan and Betty Scott, clap. Well, they decided to retire from the kitchen. And I walked in there one day, and it was all dark. So I said, oh my gosh, somebody's got to do something, right? And I secretly always wanted a restaurant. Seriously, you all. But I don't want to do payroll. I don't want to mess with taxes. I don't want to mess with any of that stuff. So this is perfect. So this is Deb's Diner. That's where you go every Sunday. And these are my employees that work for free. So I'm going to ask a few of them why they work for free. Miss Billy.
Oh, yeah. I love working in the kitchen. I love serving people. It just brings me so much joy. We have so much fun together. We laugh, we visit, we love each other. And then when we see everyone come in to eat, it just fills our heart with so much love and gratitude. And I consider it like the Lord's Supper, because we all follow Jesus and we're serving supper. So I feel like it's a great honor, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
So this lady is one of the chaplains, and she blesses the food before it goes out. So it's a ministry. The Kitchen Angels are a ministry in this church. Let's hear from another one.
I'm Sandy. It brings me great joy to serve you, this church, in this manner. It's so much fun. I'm going to piggyback on what Billy said. We laugh, we share, and we do sample the food. And I go home and I don't have to eat lunch because I've sampled a lot. But it does bring my heart joy to help in this manner. And that's about all I can say. It just brings me happiness. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Deborah. And first of all, I like food. So this is like right up my alley. And I just love the camaraderie that we all have. We smile when we see each other. And I just like seeing all the food be gone. So to me, that's part of my ministry, is to give and smile and love and be loved. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tina, and I'm thinking of a spiritual law. As you give, so shall you receive. And giving our talents, like slicing cheese and laying in our time, we receive so much. We see your smiling faces and your appreciation. We have camaraderie amongst each other. And makes you feel like you belong when you're on a team or a class or whatever here at Unity. And I appreciate that. When I was growing up, we went to a Southern Baptist church in Michigan, and we only came Sunday morning. And thank goodness there was Sunday school, so I got to know my friends there. But then, as a teenager, I came Sunday night, and wow, there was more. And then getting involved with the youth, really belonged. And I found the difference in really belonging in a church and just showing up. And it feels so much better. And being part of this team helps me really belong. And I love it, and I appreciate it. And I receive more than I give, to tell you the truth. It feels so good. So thank you very much, and thank y'all too.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eva, and I'm the coffee and tea person. And preparing coffee and tea and water just makes my heart happy, and it gives me a chance to give back to the church. And these ladies are so wonderful to work with. I have yet to get them to do the hokey pokey with me. But I thought, well, maybe I'll have them do it with me up on stage here. And then I said, no, we won't go that far. We'll leave it be. But I just enjoy it so much, and all the smiles from you all, and you seem to enjoy the food, and I enjoy preparing it for you.
And I call Eva our head angel. She's here every Sunday, every Sunday. There's 3 of them, Peggy, Billy, and Eva, that are here every Sunday. So what a commitment, right? Thank you, ladies. Oh, Billy, will you pass the basket? We have a little gift for each of you. You can open them. Perfect. Let me keep it. So they've got some little angels, little rose quartz angels, to remind them how special they are, right, in this church. What would we be without coffee and conversation? What would we be with the lights out in Fellowship Hall, right, after church? And these ladies, they make it happen. So give them one last applause. Tina wants to know when we do the hokey pokey. Later, Tina, later, Tina. Restrain yourself, girl. So what a fun group. What a fun group to host and facilitate and try to keep up with. And they're so creative. I came in the other day, and one gal had put the salami on top of each Ritz cracker, right? I would have never thought of that. So one girl, I have a new girl, Valerie Penn. This is her second Sunday at our church, and she volunteered to be a kitchen angel and loves to cook. So she's in there creating right now. Join a team. Join a team at church. Get involved. Once you join a team, you know, these gals have somebody to sit with at church. They have somebody to hang with. They have somebody when they come in the door to say hi to and get a hug from. There's lots of hugs with this group. So you can sign up. This is my little advertisement. You can sign up at the next desk, and Anne will help you sign up if you want to be a kitchen angel. You only sign up for 1 Sunday a month. So it's not 4 Sundays. It's only 1. And I'd love to have you. So, let's look at teams. Our bodies. our bodies. What a team. Have you ever thought of your body as a team? So we eat something and everything goes into gear, does it not? We don't even know what all's happening down there. I used to teach biology, and we had these films for the kids, 15-year-olds, you know. How interested can you get them in what goes on inside your body? But these films back in the day showed these little men inside your body. It was such a great way to teach it, and I think I still see it in my mind's eye. These little men are getting enzymes off the shelves, and they've got mixing bowls, and they got little chef's hats on, and they're in our stomachs, and they're mixing up what they need to mix up for what's coming down, you know. Here comes the chocolate chip cookie. And it's like, oh, guys, you know, just keep that one out. She's going to eat a lot of them. And, but our bodies know what to do every minute. Our lungs know how to breathe us. Everything in our body, our muscles, our legs, everything for me is functioning right now, moving me around on the stage. I don't have to go, move right leg, move left leg. You know, it just happens. It's magical. It's magical. How long have scientists and doctors been trying to figure out how the body works? Have they figured it out? No. They can give us medicine to alter how we feel, but have they really figured it out? No, because we came from God, right? We came from God. The second team is me and my body. Me and my body. That's a team. That's a relationship, is it not? That is a relationship. How I am with my body. What is your body talk? What do you tell your body? Did you get up this morning and say, oh, body, you're so beautiful, and I appreciate you digesting all that cruddy food that I ate last night. I know you were busy all night. No, we don't think about it, do we? We look in the mirror and say, oh, you got those extra pounds still. Why didn't they go away during the night? I didn't eat much last night. Don't we get on the scales in the morning? I never get on the scales at night, right? Because your body's full of water. You don't want to weigh water. That's another pound or 2 pounds. But we get on the scales and we go, oh, still weigh the same thing I did yesterday. Like something's going to happen that's different. So what's your body talk? What is your body talk? Do you praise your body? Do you love your body? Do you give your body kind talk? It's probably the most important relationship we have, isn't it? So Myrtle healed herself with body talk, did she not? She had tuberculosis. She was given 6 months to live when she was 41 and had 3 children. She said, nope, I'm not going down that road. I'm going to start talking to my body. And that was really the birth of the prayer ministry in Unity, because she healed herself. She said, every little cell in my body functions at its highest, over and over and over for 2 years. And after 2 years, she was completely free of tuberculosis. Amazing story. So people began to hear about her healing. This is in like 1920. And they began to write her letters. How did you heal yourself? What did you do? What can I do? I have such and such. How can I heal myself? And that was the birth of Silent Unity. She would get 1,000 letters a month. A month. And finally, she, of course, had to outsource and start having people answer her letters. So I'm not getting my next slide. Oh, there it is. It just wasn't there. So our bodies, anything I didn't talk about, accept and love your body. Watch your attitudes towards your body. So important. One of our teams. Next slide. Physical laws. Okay. I want to talk about physical laws and spiritual laws. Physical laws, the law of gravity, the law of motion, the law of thermodynamics, and so on and so on and so on. We learned in physics, or we learned in science class. All these laws that rule our universe. Where'd they come from? Why do we have these laws? Who created these laws? God. God, law, principle, however you term God. That's where the laws came from. The physical and the spiritual laws. They both came from God. They were discovered, they were defined, they were written about, but we didn't make them, did we? Nobody created the law of gravity. Oh, I think I'll make this fall to the floor. No, it came from a mysterious source that we call God. What are the spiritual laws? Beyond the physical laws are the spiritual laws. Next slide, please. Thank you. The spiritual laws are, first of all, what we call the all-providing law. I'm just going to pick three because they relate to teamwork. The all-providing law. The all-providing law is God. That is God, because God created all the laws. The second law I'm going to talk about is the law of giving and receiving. And the third law is the law of cooperation. Let me read this. Law makes the world go round and runs the stars quietly, changelessly, beautifully, terribly, gloriously. Law makes your blood circulate and your perspiration flow, makes the ball bounce and the volcano erupt, makes the violet bloom and the tide sweep, makes the fire burn and the blizzard freeze, makes the frog leap and the whale spout, makes the thunder startle and the sunshine delight. Is that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Law, you can put God in the same place where we read law. God makes the world go round. And it was written by Gardner Hunting, who was one of the first metaphysical writers for Unity magazine in 1934. So that's God. That's what God makes happen. So the other night we had the terrible storm where we were all hiding in our bathrooms because the tornado was right around the corner, remember? Well, I had the door open. I was out on the patio because I love storms. I see God in a storm. And they said 60, 75-mile-hour winds. And Gerald wasn't home, so I can do this kind of stuff when he's gone. And I've got the doors open, and I'm like, okay, let's go, God. Blow. I don't know, when I see wind, or especially the rain begin to come in sheets, the wind was blowing so hard, I see God. I see God. It's one place I see God, and I say, hi. Hi. I'm here, God. It's beautiful. What a beautiful dance. What a beautiful show you're giving me right now. And I don't know. It just fills me up. And that is God the law. That is the all-providing law that we call God, because God is all laws. Now, to know the law of God, to be conscious of for me to be conscious of what was happening on my patio, for me to be conscious enough of the law of God to want to go out there and risk my life in case a tornado was really around the corner, right? Because I want a glimpse of God. I must connect to God mind. I must connect to God mind. How do we connect to God mind? We go through our days, usually humdrum. I get up, I get my coffee, whatever, get dressed, I get the newspaper, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What if I never connect to God mind? My days are humdrum. So I tell you what I do. I do something every morning, and I've talked about this before. I'm in a 12-step program, and the third step prayer is I surrender my life and my will to the care of God. I surrender my life and my will to the care of God. And that for me is a light switch. Something clicks inside of me. And I move to my spirit is where I move. I'm conscious of the spirit that is me, that is within. I'm no longer conscious of, I'm out of decaf coffee, darn. Whatever comes to mind first, right, when we get up. Or I'm still worried about something. No, I'm just in my spirit. I'm in this place of peace. I won't be there for long, because then I get up and I start thinking, why didn't Gerald order some more coffee? Right? That's the way it goes. So I have a Tuesday book study, which is another team. Love for anybody to join. We just started a new book. It's at 10:30 on Tuesday mornings on Zoom, so it's easy to join. And it's been together. Not everybody's been together, so don't think it's like a clique, because we have new people coming in all the time. But it's been together for 8 years. And we came up with what we call God's Toolbox. And we began to form this list 8 years ago. These are just a few of things, how we connect to God mind. How can you connect to God mind? Meditate and pray. Those are obvious. I want to say one thing about prayer. You know, in Unity, we talk a lot about setting intentions. I'm going to set intentions, I'm going to manifest it. You know what setting intentions is? It's praying. We don't have to close our eyes and put our hands together to set intentions. And we do it all the time. I'm going to go to the store this afternoon. That's an intention. That's a prayer. And then I get in my car and I go to the store and I manifest it. So prayer is intentions. Take a walk. Oh my goodness, especially right now, right? Well, not today, probably. Not tomorrow, but the next day. It would be perfect. The weather would be perfect. And everything's blooming and everything's coming out green. And have you ever noticed in the springtime, the green is different? It's brilliant, isn't it? What's that all about? I've always been very inquisitive and asked God, what's that all about? I envision God's workshop. It's kind of like Santa's workshop. And God's got all these artists in this big room. And they're saying, hey, boss, what if I make an insect that looks like a flower? What do you think? And you know, there are insects that look like flowers. And there are flowers that look like insects. What if I've never seen it. Have we ever seen a green flower? I don't know. There's a green flower. That's interesting. But there's every shade of flowers, is there not? So what an artistic team God has, right? Play with your fur baby. Boy, that'll take you to God right quick, won't it? Hold your, like VJ's holding hers right here. Join a spiritual group. Give of your time, treasure, and talent. Ponder a tree. Have you ever hugged a tree? I dare you to hug a tree this week in public. Do it in public. Walk down your street and just wrap your arms around your neighbor's tree and then wait for the police to come, right? And be in gratitude. Let's close our eyes just a minute. I want you to think about someone you're upset with or something you're worrying about or something you're fearful of. Now I want you to think about something you're grateful for. Your fur baby, your grandkids, your kids, your church. Now, while you're in that place of gratitude, I want you to try to think of what you were worrying about. And try to get it in there. Stay in gratitude, though. See if you can fit both of them in the same space. Okay, you can open your eyes. Can you fit both of them in there? They won't fit at the same time. You cannot do it. I've tried and tried and tried. You cannot do it. And what's so amazing is that's the way we're made. We're made this way. God made us this way. When we're in gratitude, we're in touch with God's mind. We're in touch with our spirit, our Christ within. We say in unity, our Christ within. I cannot be angry at Gerald over decaf coffee when I am being grateful for my grandchildren. It becomes a very minor point, right? Go get your own decaf coffee, darling, talking to me, which I did last time. Bed Bath & Beyond has tons of coffee. I have a coffee source. So gratitude is the most beautiful practice. If you're upset, it's hard when we're triggered. When we've been triggered, usually goes back to something in childhood, and we are mad. And if somebody says, well, just think of something you're grateful for, it's like, no, are you kidding me? I'm going to put all my energy into this, into being angry. But later, after we cool off, and there's a practice of how to cool off. Take 3 deep breaths. And I think when we're angry or fearful, it's easier to take 3 deep breaths than to start trying to tell ourselves to practice gratitude. 3 deep breaths, because a thought is just energy. And once we interrupt that energy, whatever thought it is that we don't want, it dissipates. It just goes poof. A thought's just energy. The law of giving and receiving. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. Jesus said these words. Is this not, I can just almost see Jesus talking. It's almost rap, isn't it? Shaken up and pressed down and poured into your lap. What a visual. The law of giving and receiving. Give more today than you received. So there's something called the 49-51 principle. Give more than you receive. Be a gracious receiver. So us Southern ladies, when we meet each other, we go, oh, you look so cute. I love that. Yeah. Can you just stop and say, oh, thank you? No, we go, oh, you look so cute too. We have to give it back. I think it's a Southern tradition. Can we just take a compliment? Because, now this is cool. This is part of the law. The way the law is that person that just gave the compliment, they just blessed themselves. So they already received. They don't need you to tell them whatever. You don't need to be even with everybody. Well, she asked me out to dinner. I've got to ask her out to dinner. No, you don't. She asked you out to dinner, and she's blessed because she asked you out to dinner. That was her blessing. The law literally hands you a blank check signed by the maker of universal law and leaves you to fill in the amount and the kind of payment you want. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So I've got to show you something. Here's my prop for the day. I was at a retreat about 30 years ago when I was young, and the facilitator said, okay, go outside and find something that speaks to you. And there was a construction site next door. So they had just done demo, and there was just a lot of junk on the ground. And so I went over there, and I saw this sign sticking out a little bit. And so I dug it up. Now, where have you ever seen a sign that says this? Slant. Slant. I mean, what kind of office or business or building or parking lot would tell you to slant your car? I just say, whoa, God, thank you. I don't know what it means because I'm pretty young, but I'm going to hang on to it. So maybe 35 years I've had this. And it's like the first thing whenever I move that I pack it so I know exactly where it is because I know what it means now. I had to grow into this. I had to grow into this sign. What it means is to wake up every day and be more than you were yesterday. It also means to be outside of the box, to speak outside of the box, to experience life outside of the box. I get bored real easily, and I get bored with life. So when I get bored with life, I go, oh yeah, it's in my closet, it's up there where I can see it. I need a slant today. So I just take the attitude of being more than I am, more than I was yesterday, being all that God is trying to express within me and around me. And I go to the grocery store, right? Because I'm retired. So that's where I'm going today. I'm going to the grocery store to buy food for Deb's Diner. And if I go in slanting, something's going to happen. So the last time I went to this Tom Thumb up here at Preston Royal, has a kosher meat market. And I've never been in a kosher meat market. And all of a sudden, I see the sign. I didn't think about going there, but I see the sign on the meat market, and I thought, I'm going to go see what that's all about. Well, the man that works in there is, of course, Jewish, and I strike up a conversation with him. Well, I'm there for 45 minutes. I'm tasting everything that's in his deli. He's giving me food. He's packing up samples. So he said, just tell the cashier Mark gave it to you. I said, okay. It was just so cool to be in that place. That was a cultural experience that I've never had. And Mark was so sweet and so giving and so beautiful. So I got up to the cashier, and I've got all these containers. And she looks at me and she said, you saw Mark, didn't you? I said, I did. I saw Mark. So give more than you receive. Join a team. Tithe your time, treasure, and talents. Everywhere. Everywhere. Smile at someone. See what happens. It's kind of fun. They may smile back. They may look at you like you're crazy. But both things are fun, right? I don't mind if people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm a little crazy. When you teach high school for 25 years, you're a little crazy when you come out. The law of cooperation is being on God's team. It's occurring when we are creating our thoughts. We're on God's team. It's always available to enhance our relationships and surrender to the law because God's grace is our prize. That's our prize. We experience God's grace. The nature of God is always giving. God knows ways of blessing us that we do not know of. I mean, just meeting Mark Our job is to be willing to surrender to the good that awaits us, because it is there every minute of the day. Every minute of the day, God's good awaits us. Jack Kornfield, a great spiritual writer, wrote, "In the end, these things matter most. How well did you love? How fully did you live? And how deeply did you let go?" Great questions to ask ourselves every day. How deeply are you living? And how well did you let go? Luke 12:32 says, "Fear not, only believe. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Jesus. Pretty good advice. Let's take this into meditation. Prepare for meditation. Uncross your legs, uncross your ankles. Hands in your lap. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. And as we go within, we go back to that place of gratitude. We go back to that place of feeling gratitude for our children, our church, our fur babies, and we open up our heart. And in that place of openness, we know our Christ within. We feel our spirits, who we truly are, the truth of who we are, our spiritual being, our divinity. We feel that we are children of God, and we know this, and we feel this now. The joy of being children of God, the freedom of knowing this. And we open up ourselves to this energy that we sit in this very moment, knowing within this energy are all answers to all our problems. We also know that within this energy that we call God is creative answer. Imagination is what we call it. And we see ourselves in this space, imagining all that we can be, seeing something bigger, mightier for ourselves. More joy, more aliveness. Feeling that life force expand within us. And knowing that this is God expressing through us each and every moment. And we are in gratitude for being God's expressions. And we say thank you, Spirit, for expressing through us, for creating us, for giving us this opportunity to ride this ride of an amazing life. Amen. Thank you. Namaste.
To see you.
Oh, I didn't know they were standing up. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
course, while I'm sitting there listening to Rev Deb, I thought of 100 things I would like to say. But one that I want to share with you and all of you very quickly related to that beautiful talk. Thank you. Many of you know I traveled for many, many years, all week, every week, and running through and back and forth the airport. And I was leaving where they go through your purse, security, and there were a big crowd, everybody rushing around, and they kind of, check my stuff, and I don't ever carry anything I'm not supposed to. And so I started to walk away, and I turned around, and in my big voice in the airport, I said, "Guys, thank you for keeping us safe. Thank you for just coming to work every day and checking everything and keeping us safe." And so I just started to walk on off, and all of a sudden I felt this person run up beside me, and it was an older gentleman. He said, ma'am, are you a Christian?" I said, "Why, yes, I am. How did you notice?" And he said, "Nobody ever says anything nice to us. They complain because we're going through their bag. They complain because we're about to make them miss the flight. Everybody's always mean to us, and I want to say thank you for being nice to us." And as you're talking, I'm thinking about how our words matter, how we share our love and our blessing and our big hearts. And so I thank you for the reminder message today, Deb. It was wonderful. Wonderful. So yesterday we had a memorial service here at the church. I'm sure you're wondering, why is that relevant? Not someone that any of you know, but people from long, long ago in the church. And the lady returned who was here back in Dr. Curtis's day, as many of us were, and she said, "This sanctuary is so beautiful and so peaceful. It just feels magical to be back in here." And I said, "I feel it every time I walk in the door." Do you feel it? Every time we walk in the door. They left us these beautiful flowers from the service. So I'm talking too much, but as usual, I just want to say thank you for your offerings, for your tithes, because we are able to keep this beautiful facility and keep it this clean and this nice and open the doors. And we help so many others. In the announcements, I'm going to give you some more opportunities to do things for others today. So with all of that, as you're thoughtfully preparing your gifts, let's say together our offertory prayer. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Spirit. Did you ever imagine, and in addition to a great lesson and all the joy here today, that you would have a Carnegie Hall recital? Bob, how long have you been here?
35-ish years.
I thought it was a little bit more, all right? So all of these years, this man has blessed us and made our hearts sing. We are so grateful for you. And the band. Wow. All right, before I make the regular announcements, I do want to do a couple of quick things. I talked to James, Reverend James, this morning on the phone, and I would like for the first Sunday of every month for the PAs to remember to call for celebration that month if it is your birthday or a special event or your anniversary or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead and start it today, even though it's not the first of the month. Peggy and Bob Miller, raise your hands and let us see you. 49th year anniversary. 49 years. I asked her if she was 16 when they married, and she said she was very flattered by that. Okay. So if you have a birthday, anybody else have a birthday in the month of March? Or, yeah, happy birthday. So they've just had their 44th anniversary. Yay. You know, celebrating happy things. Who else had their hand up? Gigi, where's Gigi? Oh, way over here. Birthday? What day? Next Saturday. Happy birthday, Gigi. Yeah, great. All right, so we celebrate life today by joining together in Fellowship Hall for coffee and conversation if you are interested in doing that. Those kitchen angels have been working up a storm in there. Choir practice today right after service will be in Myrtle Hall, all the way up in the front, near the front doors. You know where that is, at 12:30, so that gives you time for a little cup of coffee. And Ramona Harper, LUT, is teaching Metaphysics 1, and it's going to be in the Fillmore classroom. I want to just remind you as the next desk person to please stop by if you have some ideas to help our ministry reach out to others and be part of the community, like we did the Love Bears All. We do the Soup Mobile. We've done a number of things. One year we did school supplies for children in needy areas. So we have a box on the next desk now that you can walk by. And if you have an idea, write it on the piece of paper there and drop it in the box. We want to do more outreach and share this joy with the rest of the city and the rest of the state and the rest of the world, okay? So stop by the Book Nook today as well. And if you need a gift, if you need a coffee mug, if you need just to go in and browse, a little piece of jewelry, whatever, stop by the Book Nook. So, and I want to make sure I did not miss anything. So, oh, yes, thank you. Friday Night Fusion this week, March 24th at 6:30, and it's going to be a big thing. It's an evening of, and I don't know for sure how to pronounce it, Kirtan, yeah. Kriya Yoga and conversation with members of Ananda. It's an interfaith surgery. And please pardon that little faux pas. It's a wonderful service. I have attended before, many of you have, people from different faiths coming together and sharing food and holding hands and singing and praying together. So Kirtan means a company of like-minded people, which we're all about. Kriya Yoga involves chanting and a combination of song and breath work, which creates a harmonizing and powerful force in the body, mind, and soul. There's never a dull moment at Unity of Dallas. Take advantage of all that. Brighten up your life a little bit more. So I think I have covered, I want to make sure, yes, one last thing about the next desk, my pride and joy. We have, again, revised and started on the next desk upcoming events and what you can look for here at Unity. For a while we kind of got sidetracked and we weren't doing it. But we found that some of you don't use a computer, and that's okay. Sometimes I just want to throw mine out the window and I won't be using it. So, but this is all the events coming up. The sheets are on the next desk. Come by, pick up one. Sign up for any kind of sacred service you'd like to be part of. And with all of that, let there be peace on earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God our Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous love. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let us go out this week and let us all slant. Let us show up bigger and better and move some people with our beautiful divinity. And the church said, Amen.